This week in news, we talk about Activision and Microsoft's merger. We talk Overwatch 2 update, and we talk about Fortnite's new creator economy. Extra, hear all about it. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast where we're lazy sacks of shit. I'm Dean, the Dean of Games, is what I've been called on this podcast. But what you can call me on all other platforms is the Dean Slater. And joining me is, from Twitch's graveyard, Gavin.
I know why you're saying that we're lazy sacks of shit. Look here, you're the lazy sack of shit this week. I have reasons as to why I haven't thought about it.
Yeah, no, I'm on vacation and I just slipped my mind. Matthew's also on vacation, that's why he's not here.
And I've been working, which is why I haven't thought about it. Half the time I don't even know what day it is.
But yeah, it's I've been having fun on my vacation. I've been playing a lot. I have fallen back in love with Breath of the Wild, which is only good news for Tears of the Kingdom, I would assume. But yeah. How are you doing?
Well, I have currently somehow managed to lose my cigarettes. I found a pack that has one, but I know damn well I had more than one.
Yeah.
And I don't know where the fuck it went.
I cannot relate.
It's a small apartment. There's not very many places I could have fucking put it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's lovely.
Anyway, there's someone that he's been in my chat before. And when I was doing my reaction to the last Nintendo Direct they did, he got like a lot, like most of the Nintendo Direct spot on. And he was in my chat saying a couple things. So I thought I would relay some of the stuff he told me in chat. Take it with a grain of salt. You know, just
because these are just predictions, right?
Yeah. These, well, the others were, I don't know what information he does or doesn't know, and what his sources are, or anything like that. All I know is he got one Nintendo Direct mostly correct. I'd have to actually go back and look to see how much he got correct, but he got a lot of a Nintendo Direct correct. So that's why I'm bringing it up. Some of this information could be wrong. I don't know. But he said, Pokemon Stadium will be announced for NSO next week. He said, and then for Sega, for the Sega stuff on NSO, there's going to be Pulseman, Street Fighter 2, Special Championship Edition, Kid Chameleon, and Flicky. And then he also said that there's going to be a new F-Zero game and a remaster for Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. Um, again, don't know, you know, we'll see how all that plays out, but I thought I'd bring that up. That's certainly certainly an interesting list. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. Um, as far as the stories, we're gonna have real fun because we're gonna be winging it again. Because again, I'm not a lazy sack of shit. Uh,
I will say if I seem kind of quiet and not very reactive or slow to react, I noticed that my mic was picking up the crunching of me eating my chips, so I put myself on push to talk.
oh, nice.
Because like, tell me if you can hear this.
Oh yeah, I can definitely hear that.
So yeah, put myself on push to talk that way. You didn't have to deal with trying to edit out chip crunching.
Um, so the first story is actually I'm gonna see it if I can my lap closer without screwing everything up.
Well, if we're winging it, there is a there's a story that like well not really a story I guess, but like a little conversation, like a little dev conversation that I'll want to cover, I guess, since we're winging it. So I'll have to go look
Okay.
that up.
Yeah, you look that up and we'll go from there. So first story, the CMA now says the Microsoft Activision merger won't significantly lessen competition on in console gaming. Um, uh, the watchdog said on Friday that it has updated its provisional findings after receiving fresh evidence that alleviated some of its concerns about the 69 billion-dollar deal. While the CMA originally believed that making Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox could be commercially beneficial for Xbox, it said that new data it has received indicates that this strategy would be significantly loss making under any plausible scenario, which, duh. Um, stop. My dog's trying to eat my mic. Uh, and then Microsoft had this to say. We appreciate the CMA's rigorous and thorough evaluation of the evidence and welcome its updated provisional findings. This deal will provide more players with more choice in how they play Call of Duty and their favorite games. We look forward to working with the CMA to resolve any outstanding concerns. You do not want to be chewing that. That has electricity flowing through it. Thank you. An Activision spokesperson said the updated provisional findings show an improved understanding of the console gaming market and demonstrate a commitment to supporting players and competition. Sony's campaign to protect its dominance by blocking our merger can't overcome the facts. Damn. And Microsoft has already presented effective and enforceable remedies to address each of the CMA's remaining concerns. We know this deal will benefit competition, innovation, and consumers in the UK. Wow. So what do you think about all that?
I'm sorry, I was googling my thing.
Oh, you're good. The UK basically said, "Hey, we're okay with uh, Microsoft buying Activision now."
Yeah, it's one of those things where we'll just have to see where it goes.
Yeah. Um. So for me, I never questioned whether this deal was going to go through. Many analysts never question whether or not this deal is going to go through. It was just a matter of the right, uh, how should I say it? The right um, persuasion. Microsoft, again, we mentioned last week, Microsoft has been saying for the last, I don't know, 10 years, hey, we want to bring gaming to everyone. And it was like, okay, well, we can only offer a deal. We can't make people, accept the deal. But now with this, they went hard. They made some sacrifices uh to get a lot of people to agree to a deal with them if they get Activision, which the CMA recognized. That's all it took was just, all right, that, you know, they appear to be having their head on straight. And while not every Microsoft studio is exactly angelic in how they operate, Microsoft definitely is better for the employees at Activision than Bobby Kotick, who, by the way, I will mention this until the day I die, probably. Bobby Kotick was in Jeffrey Epstein's Black Book. He's in the Epstein book. So, Sony's just gonna have to get over themselves. They've dominated the market for a very long time, and it hasn't even been close. This move would only really put Microsoft at like third place, so it's not that bad. What is it, huh? So the next story, did you find your story?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you want to go through it?
Yeah, let me switch off of push to talk to do this.
Okay.
All right, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So lately, I've been getting back into Overwatch, right?
Yeah.
And 4 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
someone at Blizzard posted a message on their Blizzard website for under the Overwatch news
Yeah.
called the Director's Take: Reflections on Overwatch 2.
Okay.
So it starts off with them, talking about how it's been been 6 months since Overwatch 2 started, and they're about to be done with season 3, about to be going to season 4, and how they've been learning over time, and that they want to take the time to cover some topics that have been discussed a lot over these past 6 months, and then reflect on that and what they plan on doing with it. So I think there's 4 different points. The first point is that players have been complaining a lot about the devs not doing a very good job communicating about the game, which they're not doing the best job, but they're doing leagues better than they did in Overwatch 1. Overwatch 1, you got nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah. But now, they'll go out and they'll do dev streams, or they'll, talk, like, do a video call with popular watch streamers and discuss changes and balance fixes and all sorts of different things as to why they did things.
Yeah.
But but it's far from being good. But obviously something's better than nothing. So they talk about how they want to, improve doing, improve their communication skills, and they have been improving slowly over time. They said they said that one thing they want to do is to publish roadmaps
Yeah.
that extend beyond the next season that they're working on, so people have a general idea of what to expect over the long game.
Yeah.
Um, the second topic they wanted to talk about was support heroes, because support heroes have been getting the shaft so bad since Overwatch 2 came out. Because see, for Overwatch 2, it came like Overwatch 2 is a 5v5 format, right?
Yeah.
Two tank, two DPS, two support. Overwatch 2 is like Overwatch 2 5 format, one tank, two DPS, two support. Overwatch 1 was a 66, which was the two tank, two DPS, and two support.
Yeah.
Well, when they took out that tank, that took out an entire, beefy character that would, help with protecting the supports. So supports have been just getting dogged on.
Yeah.
Like I've seen some people say that like supports are basically just playing Dead by Daylight at this point.
Yeah.
Um, Initially, they wanted to try to fix this by reducing the ability for damage heroes to disrupt the backline and target supports, give supports additional tools to deal with the threat, and exercise restraint because they knew that people were still getting used to the 5v5 format, so they didn't want to just fuck something up by trying to fix it.
Yeah.
Because for all I knew, it could have just been people not being used to 5v5, which in my
Yeah.
experience is partially the case, but also partially not the case.
Yeah.
Um, when Overwatch 2 came out, the DPS heroes had a speed passive, and they took that away. And a bunch of flanking DPS characters got nerfed. They got nerfed heavy because flanking was a huge issue for supports. Was flanking characters.
Yeah.
Uh, Support heroes got a buff to their passive role, to the role passive perk. And they made certain changes to certain heroes to increase their durability.
That was
Damn
fucking.
it, Craig.
Damn it, Craig. Anyway, you're
And as like I
saying?
was saying, Zenyatta, one of the original support characters, got a buff, and I believe it was a sneaky buff. Like they didn't actually put it in patch notes,
Yeah.
but they they made his melee do way more knockback than normal characters. Like
Hmm.
there was a whole point in time where people were just losing their minds because they were just they were just getting like Spartan kicked into nothing by this little tiny floating robot. And come to find out, that was one of the ways that they were trying to make Zenyatta a bit more durable was by giving him a kick that just shoves you back. And Brigida's shield got buffed. I don't know what the buff was, but apparently those worked well. But Mercy's Guardian Angel, which is her Guardian Angel, I believe, is her ult.
Yeah.
And no, Guardian Angel's not her ult. It's the thing that allows her to fly towards, quickly fly towards her team, right?
Yeah.
They think they did it a little bit too much because if you know how it works, you will not touch the ground ever, and you'll just be flying back and forth constantly. Like you're impossible to hit. You'll never touch the ground. It's ridiculous.
Hmm.
Apparently, they're going to be addressing that in this next season. They did to try to preserve the playstyle of support while addressing core issues. They feel like support is in a better place now, but they will continue to improve the support role as they add 2 new heroes to the support class. The next 2 heroes that we get are going to be support characters because support currently has the least amount of people. I believe they have. I want to say. I want to say they have 7 or 8. I think 8, but
Hmm.
support currently has the least amount of heroes by a
Yeah.
decent margin. Uh, and they said they'll be adding those heroes in seasons 4 and 6, which for anyone who doesn't know, back in Overwatch 1, they added a hero every season. But with Overwatch 2, they're doing it every other season to not overcrowd the hero pool that's already pretty large.
Yeah.
Um, Now, some people might look at it and say, well, there's already 4 new characters and we're not even in season 4. That's because Overwatch 2 released with, I believe, yeah, they released with 3 and then they added the newest hero this season.
Okay.
So, and I believe, and luckily one of the 3 that released with launch was a support character, so everybody got another support character. They released a support, a DPS, and a tank. So they released a new character for each role when the quote unquote new game launched. Um, Next point is about their collaborations. They recently just did a collaboration with One Punch Man,
I did see that. Yeah.
which was super cool. They put a few skins into the game where they had Doomfist dressed up as One Punch Man or Saitama. Genji was, I forget what his name is, the blonde robot. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Dressed up as him, and then they had Kiriko, which is the support that came out with launch. They had her dressed as um, I forget what her name is, but like the kind of turquoise hair, black dress lady with the telekinetic powers.
Uh. Yeah. Yeah. Um.
It's like Terror or something, like Terror Thunder or something like that.
Yeah. It's something like that. I'd have to go back and look.
But regardless, that's what they released them with. Doomfist obviously doesn't look like Saitama at all because
Yeah.
for one he's African and he's got a giant metal fist, but it made sense for the character at the very
Yeah.
least. Genji doesn't exactly look like the guy in the show, but you know, cyborg character and all, it works. Kiriko looks exactly fucking like her character.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like exactly. Um, they were a little worried about bringing another universe into Overwatch. This would be the first collab they've done, like a first real collab they've done with some outside universe.
Yeah.
But um, the collab went very well, had significantly positive, reviews and results. Um, and the popularity of the event has given them the confidence to do more collaborations, and they are hoping to premiere another large collab later this year.
Hmm. Well, I mean,
Uh,
Fortnite does a lot of collabs, so they have to compete with Fortnite, right? That's
True.
kind of what they're going
Here's
for.
here's the thing that they were mostly worried about: bringing in such a popular universe and not making them look exactly like their characters. Because if you're playing, like when you're playing something like Fortnite, everyone's on an even playing field. But when you're playing something like Overwatch, you need to know what the character is when you're playing against them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, if Doomfist looked if Doomfist wasn't like an 8 foot tall African guy with a giant metal fist, and it instead was just this average height, average build, you know, pale skinned dude in a suit, you'd have no fucking idea it was Doomfist, and you'd be like, who the hell am I playing against? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until you obviously saw their abilities. But even then, when it comes to a hero shooter, it's difficult to make something work with that. And I can understand their fear because, like, the popular universe, like, people probably wanted, them to look exactly like the characters, but they did really well with designs to where you can tell it's the character without making it look exactly like it looks enough like the character to where you know what the character is
Mhm.
from the collab, but you also know what the character is actually in game.
Yeah.
But again, it went super positively, so that's
What would
something they're happy about.
what would you want them to do next if you had any choice? You're running the show
Mm.
for Overwatch 2.
I think I want to see a DC collab.
Okay.
It's probably a little ambitious for Overwatch, but
Yeah.
like at this point in time at least. But I feel like a DC collab would be really cool.
Yeah.
Because like
Um,
I can already think of a few characters that it would work really well for.
Black
Like
Cat.
you could have Hanzo be Green Arrow because he's a his entire thing is bows. Be
Yeah.
pretty cool. You'd have Tracer as the Flash. That'd be dope.
Tracer. Yeah. Tracer would be the Flash.
But anyways, next point they brought up was the competitive system. A lot of people have not been happy with the competitive system at all. Um, One big problem with the competitive ranking system is the partial reset that happens at the beginning of each season. It's caused a lot of matchmaking issues and also a lot of confusion in matches. Starting season 4, they'll be removing resets entirely. So just because it's a new rank season, your ranking will stay the same. They're removing it entirely.
Okay.
They talked about how they think a rating reset could work in competitive in Overwatch, but not in the form that it is now. One thing that they're talking about is like maybe doing a partial reset yearly or when larger updates happen.
Yeah.
Personally, I think they should do away with reset and just do rank decay. Where
Okay.
say after a month of no playtime whatsoever, your rank starts to decay, and over the course of a year, your rank would then reset all the way back down to the bottom.
Yeah.
I think that would work because I know personally, I was diamond in Overwatch 1 back when I played it a few years ago. I'm bronze right now
Yeah.
because I haven't played it in 2 or 3 years. Anyways, um, they also have some like players have been asking for more information to what's happening when they rank because currently all you get to see is how many wins you have and how many losses you have when that particular match ends. Say if you lost a match, you can see how many losses you have until your next ranking. I believe right now it's 5 wins or 15 losses will determine your next rank. But that's it. And there's so much more that goes into the ranking system that like I've seen people who are, in Masters 5 trying to get to Masters 1 or to Grandmaster and they'll win 5 straight games in a row. Their rank will, refresh, but they'll stay Masters 5. So it's complete. It's a huge thing. But starting in season 4, they will now see a progress towards a new rating and their win loss record during season 4.
Yeah.
Uh, they're also looking to giving some information about the overall team skill range and balance of a particular match, which it has a lot to do with your ranking. So hopefully we'll be seeing a lot more about that. The last thing, players have not been feeling like they're rewarded for their investment into the game, it being a free to play game now. So it being a free to play game, we don't get loot boxes anymore for free. We have to pay for skins and such like that. And they tried doing some things that kind of worked, but they haven't been very good rewards, like at all. People want to feel more rewarded for their time playing the game. They want to be able to earn items that they want without an unreasonable grind, obviously.
Yeah.
They want the game to recognize their time and skill investment as well as give them a way to show this to other people. And they want their performance to be celebrated while they're playing a match. That's a weird way of saying it, but that's what they put down. What they're talking about is the on fire system. Because back in Overwatch 1, if you were doing super well, your character would state that they are on fire, and there'd be a little fire, animation going around your character's little picture,
I remember that.
essentially
Yeah.
meaning that you're doing especially well in the match. They did away with that in Overwatch 2. People are wanting it back.
Hmm.
Events now typically have skins that can be earned, like with the collaboration, you could for free earn the Soldier 76 Moomin Rider skin
All
from
right.
from One Punch Man. It was pretty dope. They added more credits to the battle pass, which I noticed it this season, because last season they give you
Yeah.
enough credits to buy the next battle pass and that was it. This season they give you enough credits to buy the next battle pass and buy a legendary skin of your choice, obviously.
Yeah.
So they give you a damn near 30, like just in credits alone, about $30 worth of credits for $10 if you finish the battle pass.
Yeah.
That's not including the legendary or epic skins that are in the battle pass, and that does not include the mythic skin that you have at the end of every battle pass, which is a customizable skin.
Hmm.
They are rebuilding the on fire system in the new engine, and they are making
That's good.
changes to the play of the game to show a greater variety of game making plays.
All right.
Um, they're primarily trying to do this, like trying to bring back the feeling of Overwatch feeling good to play.
Yeah.
Because I have fun with it, but I don't feel great about playing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after that, it's just a bunch of closing statements about how they're proud of the last 6 months and are hoping to looking forward to being able to improve the game more and such and such. And that's about it. And I'm kind of hoping that we get stuff like this every few seasons
Yeah.
because that helps
Yeah.
out a lot.
Like a
Um,
mini reset, you
yeah,
know.
sort of like just sit down, you know, talk about some things that are going on, get some feedback, such and such.
Yeah.
If anything, just so people know that the devs are listening. But say even if they bring stuff in that people end up hating, they can't say that the devs aren't listening to them because they have stated so much stuff about so much stuff that people have been complaining about in this thing itself.
Yeah.
So you are being heard, but we'll see where it goes. What do you think about all this?
I mean, that was a lot.
Yeah,
Uh
I'm so sorry.
you're good. You're good. Um I mean, that's what you have to do if you're free to play, right? That's the problem
Mm-hmm.
that Multiverses has run into. Halo
Mm-hmm.
Infinite has run into. Uh, um, what was that fighting battle royale? Um, then you had
You're
Knockout City, which
you're
was the
gonna
battle.
you're, I was gonna say you're gonna have to be more specific on fighting battle royale because I've played a couple.
Yeah, it's. I believe it's already been taken offline.
Was it
Um,
Hunter's Arena?
no,
Was it
it
Darwin
was
Project?
no, it was.
I'm not entirely sure what you mean by fighting battle royale. I just know that those two games had were primarily melee battle royales.
Yeah, no, it was a fighting game.
Hmm.
Uh,
I
what
can't think of
was?
what it would have been.
Uh, yeah, I'm trying to find it. It was in the news recently. Uh, I believe it was Rumbleverse.
Hmm. By the way, I have like 4 different bags of chips sitting right in front of me because I keep buying chips at work and only eating half the bag while at work, coming home and then just forgetting I have them.
Oh
So
yeah,
like I have like just 4 different bags of chips. And four different like mostly eaten but still have a little bit left in them bags of chips.
nice.
And then one bag of like Mexican restaurant, chips that I got from order last. They gave me chips even though nothing I ate would go with chips.
Yeah,
But they gave me a bag of chips, and I found it on my table in there. It was still completely closed up and everything. And I was like, "I wonder if these are still good." And I ate them. They're still really crunchy. They're not stale. I was like, "I'm gonna eat these."
yeah.
That's what the crunching has been chips.
Um, they at some point I got to take you to food. That was I uh as
At
far as
some point, I
this,
need to. At some point, I need to take you.
yeah. Uh,
That's that arcade bar that I was telling you about.
yeah. As far as the story it goes, um, yeah, that's the thing is, you look at Fortnite. Fortnite will make sweeping changes to the game,
Mm-hmm.
uh, to keep the players invested. And in fact, like when they make real big changes, like it becomes an event. Like I remember the first time they did it, uh, they had shut the they had shut the servers down, but like they had this whole cutscene leading to the servers being shut down, and people
Yeah.
just watched the servers being down for like 40, I don't know, like 4 days. They just sat
Yeah.
there in the lobby watching the server be down
Have
before
you
it
seen
finally went down.
have you seen the clips of people going to fucking like in-game event like concert events?
Yeah,
Like that blows my mind that there are artists out there having concerts in Fortnite,
yeah.
and it's a huge event where people just go in. It's a battle royale, but nobody's killing each other. They're just there to watch a concert. It's wild to me.
They've done anime watch parties too, where like they
Really?
managed to license out like a couple episodes of an anime or whatever, and people would just go into like this lobby and they would just watch an anime on a screen in the game.
Say what you say what you want about Fortnite. Say that, it looks too childish or everybody's a sweat or you just don't like the gameplay. But shit like that is the coolest thing to have ever happened in gaming.
Yeah. So you know, that's what Overwatch, needs to eventually build up to. I mean, obviously Fortnite didn't build itself up to that in a day, but the fact that they
But
are
obviously,
making
but
sweeping changes.
they also can't make huge sweeping changes because like huge sweeping changes for a battle royale. works a lot easier than with a
Yeah,
hero shooter, like or a hero shooter with MOBA
yeah,
aspects, because like you tweak even the smallest thing, you change somebody's damage numbers by one, and it changes the character entirely.
yeah. But I mean, that's
So
what
like they
they're
had
looking at
like yeah
here. So
yeah, but it's like there. I will say that back in Overwatch One, even at its peak, because I played it during its peak, um, their patches would like their nerfs and buffs and patches and everything would take forever to come out, and we've had so many just in the past 6 months. Like we've had more in the past 6 months than I've probably seen like in the like year and a half that I'm playing.
yeah,
Now there's still some things that need. There's still some characters that need some fucking work,
yeah,
like fucking Sojourn for example. But that character's been busted since she came out, bro. It's ridiculous. They nerfed her a little bit, so she's not as broken, but she's still pretty broken.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that's all. That's all I got.
All right. So
Sorry that took so long.
speaking of Fortnite, Epic launches Unreal Editor for Fortnite alongside Creator Economy. The company
You
will,
were trying to make a segue. Got you.
yeah. Well, I mean, it relates to what Overwatch is doing too, because Overwatch has
Yeah.
to, like, that's the model people have to go
Mhm.
for. But the company will share 40% of item shop net revenue with the island creators, which is crazy. That's a lot. Um,
Yeah.
During its State of Unreal conference at GDC, Epic announced the beta launch for Unreal Editor for Fortnite, alongside what it's called Creator Economy 2.0. It's a new PC application, and it works alongside Fortnite's existing creative tool set, and teams of creators can work together across PC and console to develop and test islands in real time. Uh, it has released 3 tech demos to show what's possible with this technology: Deserted, Dominion, Forest Guardian, and the Space Inside, which are viewable in the trailer in a trailer that they had released. Um, and the uh, economy centers around engagement payouts to eligible island publishers, including Epic, which, yeah, they'd want to keep as much of their money as they can, so of course they'd include themselves. Um,
Right.
Based on metrics including popularity and player retention. Uh, but yeah, so what do you think about that? That now people can create islands for you to play Fortnite on, and they can get 40% of revenue from the shop if they play their
That's
cards.
what I was gonna say. Like for such a big corporation that they are, especially a gaming corporation, you don't hear jack shit about people being able to earn money doing shit for their game unless they're like a big time streamer or content creator.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're gonna have people make things for you and you're gonna give them 40%? 40%'s a lot.
Yeah,
Like if they had said 20%, I would have been like, wow, that's kind of a bit. But they said 40. I'm like, wow.
yeah. Um,
I could see people theoretically making that their job.
yeah. Depending on how, of course, again, it's based on popularity and player attention and
Yeah,
so forth. So they'd have to be real good at it to make it
yeah.
money.
But it's an avenue for people to be able to create something and become a popular creator,
Yeah,
but in
without,
a new way that I don't think we ever really seen before in
yeah,
the gaming industry is being a content creator by building maps and being able to sell them.
yeah. Because, not everyone wants to get behind a camera. Not everyone has, the technology to, get behind a camera and, make
Hmm.
content that way. And not everyone's comfortable enough to, you know, make content on social media by posting selfies and stuff. Um,
See, this is a thing. This is a thing that I kind of wish Dreams would do
yes.
because Dreams is literally all about just creating games. And like, yeah, a lot of people, like a lot of these are like just cool showcases or whatever. For what I think people, because like a lot of people don't really make games. A lot of people make resources though,
Yeah,
and people can sell resources on there for people to make games and keep a certain amount. But like, I don't know. It's like that's a business model that I would have seen Dreams doing before Fortnite. But the
yeah,
fact that Fortnite's doing a lot, like has done a lot of first for things,
yeah,
and it's just I don't know, it's just wild to me.
yeah. So it is insane, just in general. Like Epic, and really, on top of that, Epic doesn't really even need to make money on Fortnite, even though they make massive shitloads of money on Fortnite, because Epic also developed the Unreal Engine, which most game developers use Unreal. You know?
Yeah,
And so they get you know a percentage of every game that uses the Unreal Engine's sale. They get a
Epic's
percentage of
just
that.
Epic's just doing side quests now.
Yeah, like they don't have to do jack shit, and they're like, hey, you know what? We'll just throw this little thing in. Why not? Fortnite, Fortnite used to be a survival game.
Yeah,
It used-
it's wild to think about, man. Like it's oh god,
it's crazy.
that game has just come such a long way, and it's just done so much crazy shit. And like I used to hate on it purely just because I just did not like the game at all, and I still don't like the game. I won't
Yeah,
play it. I might if my little brother convinces me to, because I know he plays it. Even then, I won't play the build mode thing. I'm
yeah,
honestly surprised I didn't get into it once they added no building mode, but I just haven't. There's too many other games that I play,
yeah,
but but just they've gone such a far away. There's so many things that they've done as a fucking battle royale that you just don't hear about people like games doing.
yeah. Whether I don't play multiplayer games either, but whether you just hate Fortnite because you don't just hate the way it plays, uh, or if you love Fortnite, no matter what, there is no reason to hate Fortnite just to hate Fortnite because there is so much respect you have to put on what these devs have done every
Yeah,
step of the way.
yeah. There's a, certain quote unquote content creator that can't really mention what kind of content they create or who they are on this, but sorry, I paused because a piglin just stole my pork. I got caught off guard. Anyways,
No,
no, I killed something and I killed a hoglin and it dropped its meats and then the piglin just walked up to it and grabbed it and walked away. I'm like, you jackass. Anyways, but me and a buddy of mine, Rabbit, were talking about this certain person's content and how like we don't, necessarily partake in her content or care for her content whatsoever, but we both acknowledge that this woman is such a just a business genius because she has pulled some crazy shit. I will say
yeah,
she has her own trading card game,
yeah,
which is wild. Um, Especially for the kind of content this person creates. But like if you just look like you don't have to like a person's content or what they've made in order to respect the plays that they're making.
yeah,
Because like what Epic's doing with Fortnite is absolute genius.
yeah.
Like say what you want about the game, what they're doing is absolutely genius.
It is. It's phenomenal. Like if you told me even like 5 years ago, that there would be a game doing all this stuff, I'd be like, what the fuck ever? Go back to the crazy house.
Yeah, if you had told me when the game came out that it's like, yeah, and someday we're gonna have concerts with massive artists and anime watch parties in game. I would look at it and be like, go do your drugs somewhere else. But they managed to do it, and it's crazy.
It is.
Like I can't really say anything else other than it's crazy.
It is. And I like that that's all you can say. And if you
Yeah.
liked this podcast, be sure to do all of the things, like hitting the like button and hitting the subscribe button and hitting the bell at the X of Plays on YouTube, or giving it a high rating on whatever podcast service you use so you can find like-minded people. Be sure to tell people about the show. Word of mouth is the best way to help us grow. And I brought it up before, but on patreon.com/thebriefing-room, you can financially support the show and get cool rewards as well. That's all from us. Take care.